good to me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Richardson-Beckley Gym for tonight's game between the visiting Eagles of Lake Mead Christian Academy and your Meadows Mustangs. Tonight is a very special night as we bid farewell to our seniors in bowling, pep band, cheer, and of course basketball. And now let's meet all of our departing seniors. We start first with bowling. Mr. David Ming, escorted by Thomas, Kathy, and Jake Ming. David participated in bowling for 4 years and 7 years in pep band. basketball, our senior, Dawson Najmi. Caution is being escorted by Tamina, Mohammed, and Abdus Najmi. She participated in varsity track for 1 year and varsity basketball for 4 years. Senior Marcella Peak. Marcella is being escorted by Stephen Peak and Karen Thomas. Marcella has played basketball for 4 years, 2 years of varsity basketball. Our cheerleaders. Our first senior, Miss Izzy B. Andrade. Escorted by Ellen and Ed D. Andrade. Izzy has been in cheerleading for 4 years as a varsity cheerleader. Our next senior, Sky Holiday. Sky is being escorted by Tammy Holiday and Candace Ewing. Sky has been in varsity cheer for 4 years. Senior Hannah Thistle, a varsity cheerleader for 4 years, accompanied by her mother, Shauna, father, David, and her 2 younger sisters, Bo and Ella. And to boys basketball, our first senior, Mr. Connor Bucknam. Connor is being escorted by Richard, his father, brother Parker, sister Kara, and mother Dana Larson. 4 years of football, 3 years of basketball, and 3 years of track, all varsity, Connor Bucknam. Our next senior, Mr. Ryan Chen. Ryan is being escorted by mother Julie Ma. Varsity basketball, 3 years. Varsity cross country, 3 years. Varsity track, 3 years. Our next senior, Ashish Chopra. Ashish is being escorted by his mother, Mandeep, father Gobinder, sister Jasmine, and brother Mike. Varsity football for 3 years and varsity basketball for 3 years, Mr. Ashish Chopra. Our next senior, Mr. Jake Epstein. Escorted by Lawrence and Michelle Epstein, Joe and Lauren Epstein, Donna Epstein Corbett, Kenny Epstein, and Peter Spotty. Varsity basketball for 4 years, Mr. Jake Epstein. Senior Brandon Fabre, escorted by Father Lewis and Mother Mary. Varsity basketball for 1 year, varsity soccer for 2 years. Senior Renzo Iannuccelli. Mr. Eddie Rasko. Eddie is being escorted by his mom, Nina, and his dad, Amir. He has been the varsity basketball manager for 1 year and varsity tennis for 4 years. And our last varsity basketball player, Mr. Steve Stephen. Escorted by Mother Dr. Alphonsa Stephen, Father Joseph Stephen, and Brother Matthew. Varsity basketball for 1 year, varsity track 2 years, and 7 years in pep band. And our final senior tonight is indeed in pep band, Gigi Bonono, who has been in pep band for 5 years. Thank you, Gigi. A round of applause for all of our seniors honored here tonight.
On another air-conditioned 72-degree evening inside Richardson Beckley Gymnasium, it's Mustangs basketball senior night. Good evening, folks. I'm Brad Stein, joined alongside the great Jack Kincannon. You like that intro?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Tonight we have two adversaries from the 2A Southern Conference duking it out. The Lake Mead Eagles coming at 5-9 in league play and 9-13 overall, while the Meadows School Mustangs enter tonight's game 10-4 in league play and 13-10 overall, which gives the Mustangs the 3rd seed in the playoffs.
Our director tonight is Rafi Havanessen. He's a 7th grader in our middle school broadcast
I met
class,
you before.
and he's handling that. We got the Concannon twins up on the camera.
Hello, twins.
They're up there doing what we got to have. And what I'm going to do is kind of step aside occasionally throughout the game. I'm going to have Brian Siegel sit in for me, and he's going to set the tone for what's going to happen at halftime, which is our first ever Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Tomorrow is the big night, but today is when they take their walk across here. Some very big names, and Brian is the mayor of the Meadows. He knows everybody and every story and everything. So we're anxious for a great night.
It sure will be. We'll step aside for the national anthem.
Now the starting lineups. First for the visiting Eagles. A junior, number 5, Kai Medella. A senior, number 12, Sean Fuller. Junior, number 13, Josh Farrell. A freshman, number 22, Ryan Kennedy. And a junior, number 24, Jared Reagan. And now on your feet, Mustang fans, here is your starting lineup. 5'10" guard, senior number 1, Ryan Chen. A 6-foot guard, senior number 11, Ashish Chopra. A 6'2" point guard, number 23, senior Jake Epstein. That's 6'8" guard, senior number 32, Connor Bucknam. And at 5'11" guard, senior number 34, Lorenzo Chili.
Now joining us on the broadcast, we have Brian Siegel, the father of Rachel Siegel, who got banged around a little bit last game, but she played outstanding.
Thanks, Brad. She had a good game. She, I'm always proud of my daughter. She plays so hard and never gives up. And that's all I can ask of her.
Getting ready for the tip-off right here. We'll go over the starting lineups for the Meadows School Mustangs. At guard, Ryan Chen, Ashish Chopra, Jake Epstein, Connor Bucknam, and Renzo Iannicelli. For Lake Mead, Medella, Fuller, Thorell, Kennedy, and Jared Reagan. Let's see if we can make this a sweep.
That would be exciting tonight. This is, boys are getting ready for next week. They have their first playoff game, and we got one more game tomorrow for the boys and girls. And hopefully, the boys let the playoffs running, and the girls can end with 2 victories to end their season.
Of course, the boys are the number 3 seed in 2A Southern. 10-4 in conference play, 13-10 overall.
It's always tough to, follow up a championship season, and our boys took state last year, lost a couple of seniors, of course, but it's exciting. They're going to get another run at it next week, win 1 game, and back to state.
That's all it takes. Got the game ball. We're ready for the tip. It'll be Jake Epstein for the Meadows School, and number 13, Josh Thorell, the junior, averages 6'1", 5'7", and 1.8 steals per game. Comes away to the Eagles. That's the point guard, number 5, Kai Medella. Thorell drives, dishes it back out to Medella. 20 seconds eaten up so far on the clock.
It's a very, very patient Lake Mead team. They were very patient the first time we played them.
Fuller now. Almost intercepted by Epstein. They get it underneath. Kick it back out to number 24. That's Jared Reagan, the junior. Good ball movement so far to drive baseline. Now kick it open. Corner 3 wide open. First shot of the game is good. Ryan Kennedy with the first triple, first points of the game. Iannicelli, one of the seniors. There's the double, swings it inside to Connor Bucknam, can't handle the pass. Iannicelli gets it back, uses the glass, and gets the first field goal for the Mustangs. Meadows School down by 1 early, 6:47 left in the first quarter. And our first foul of the game, called block. It is on number 44, Renzo Iannicelli. His first team foul. Non-shooting infraction. Lake Mead would take it out. The Eagles. Girls played a tough game. They look good. Got some good athletes there. There's another 3-point attempt and another one. 2 for 2 so far for the Eagles. That time that was Kai Medella, who averages 9.4 per game. And the Eagles are hot. Double team on Chopra right now. Gets it to Iannicelli. Iannicelli goes right off the glass. He lays it in. Iannicelli. 4 points for Ryan Iannicelli.
Ryan being a senior is getting a chance to start tonight, and he's making the best of it.
So far, Epstein with the steal. Here come the Mustangs. Kick it out to Chopra. Corner 3. Doesn't get Iannicelli another board. He's rejected from behind, but we have a 2-shot foul. Look at the aggressiveness, right, so far by Renzo Iannicelli. Just like you said, he's taking advantage of his opportunity.
He doesn't want to let the coach take him out of the game.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's to prove he wants to stay on the court.
Iannicelli misses his first one. Very interesting stat about the Mustangs. They average 10.5 points in the first quarter all the way to 13.6 in the fourth. They get better each quarter. That's progress. We're going to have a blocking foul on the Meadows School Mustangs. Connor Bucknam gets his first.
That is his first, second team foul.
Yeah, I'm proud of Coach Lang tonight, starting all the seniors and giving them all the chance to get on the floor in front of this big crowd.
They definitely deserve it. The double team, now they get it inside, knocked away by Epstein. Quick hands. Mustangs down by one early, 6-5 with 5:52 left in the first. Another corner three, that one short, hits the side of the rim. Offensive rebound for Lake Mead. They're going to reset with 5:42 left on the clock. Excellent ball movement so far by Lake Mead. Inside, great pass, can't get the roll. Another offensive rebound. He tries to pull it away, and they're going to call traveling as he falls to the ground. Sean Fuller, one of the seniors for the Eagles. Good defense by Meadows School to force the turnover. Chopra brings the ball up for the Mustangs. At the right corner, driving baseline back to Chopra. Another three from the wing, and Chopra nothing but the bottom of the net. Chopra loves shooting the triples. Oh, tough transition right off the glass and in. That's Jared Reagan. He's one of two juniors starting tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's also the quarterback of the football team, a really solid athlete. Had an older sister who played against us for a number of years in college now.
Chopra across to Bucknam. Inside, uses the glass, and Bucknam. A little English there. A lot of intensity on senior night here at the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium. 72 degrees. Gotta love that. From the right corner, little obstructed view. Swinging it around to Medella. Medella back in the corner. Inside, great pass. Once again, too strong. That was Jared Reagan with the miss. Clearing the glass is Epstein. Gets it to Ryan Chen. Shoots the jumper off to the right. Defensive rebound goes to number 22, Ryan Kennedy. The Eagles call the first timeout with 4:08 left in the first.
So, Brad, while we have a couple minutes here, today's a very special day. It's being of course senior night, being our last home game of the season, but even more special, it's the first night, it's the opening of our Athletic Hall of Fame. And tonight we're honoring three people who've really helped develop this program. The first one, actually walking by me right now, is Linda Richardson, and Linda was the first Booster Club president of the school. And she was, somebody who I became very, very close with. I was the athletic director at the time, and Linda was the incredible lady. I mean, she made sure everything was fine. We didn't have a gymnasium at the time, and they would bring sandwiches on the road. They just did such an incredible job, and she helped build this gymnasium. Also, her family donated the bulk of money that built the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium. I'll tell you about the others when we get some time.
Inside off the glass, Noah Tassi, who just checked in for Lake Mead. We're tied up at 10 with 3:50 left in the first. Chopra once again double teamed at the right perimeter. Gets it to Bucknam, loses the ball. They're going to call a traveling violation. Turnover for the Mustangs. There's some press. And it's intercepted and stolen away by Ryan Chen. Lays it in and in. Ryan Chen gets his first two, and the Mustangs have a 12-10 lead. See, Tassi drives, loses the ball, and there is Jake Epstein in transition, gets Chopra, corner three, there it is, and there it is, bingo! Chopra hits the triple, and the timeout is called by Lake Mead with 3:09 remaining in the first.
So let me go back to Linda for 1 second. Linda, two wonderful children. Billy, who also helped us start our football team, and Melissa, who was a top athlete and actually played on the first championship team that we had, which was a track. It was our first state championship, and so it was great. And just wonderful, wonderful, devoted people. The second is Jeff Hutzler. Jeff was a coach here when I started here, and together we helped. He was our first football coach. He won that first state championship. He won 5 girls' state championships in track and field. He coached football and coached volleyball, and we even coached basketball together. So, and he's now the athletic director at La Jolla Country Day School. I'll tell you a little more about Jeff's family after the next break, during the next break.
Lake Mead trails by 5, 15-10. Every break, we get some nuggets of information. And battling for the ball, we're going to have a jump right here.
Jump ball.
Possession goes over to the Mustangs.
To the Meadows.
Iannicelli will take it out for the Meadows School. There's Chopra going left. Looks for Epstein in the corner. Epstein has not taken a shot yet. Very rare. Guy averages 21 points a game. That pass as ricochet goes back to Epstein. Once again, drives into paint, throws it up, and there's the first 2. I guess I said it. I started it.
That's right. You knew that was coming.
I knew it was coming eventually.
You can't keep Jake down too long.
Bad pass, turnover. Lake Mead goes back to the Mustangs. 7-point lead, 17-10. Mitchell Dolinar, the junior, checks in for Lake Mead. And number 3, that's Brendan Foster. He's one of the seniors. Ashish Chopra bringing the ball up, averaging 9.1 points. Had 5 points last week against Agassi. Drive, beautiful drive, doesn't get the roll. Clears the glass by Mitchell Dolinar. See the Mustang, the mascot's out here, you know it's a special night. Hall of Fame. That was blocked and now picked up by Lake Mead. Going inside, and they're going to call a foul, a 2-shot foul. Let's see if it's against Iannicelli. And it is against Iannicelli, his second personal. Josh Thorell goes to the line, averaging 6.1 points per game for the Eagles.
You know, it looks like Coach Lang is going to let the seniors go the first quarter. And well, a 7-point lead, I guess they deserve it.
Would you do the same thing if you were head coach?
You know, right now this game doesn't change any seating, and I just spoke too soon. He brought in Joe Epstein. I guess he wants to give Reno a chance to play later too, and so he doesn't want to foul out with two early fouls. But yeah, it's you know, this game's these guys have worked hard for several years for our school. They deserve the opportunity.
Chen, corner 3, way short. Battling for the rebound. And once again, this time he picked up by Lake Mead, almost a jump ball. Good job by Lake Mead to corral that. In the right corner once again. And it's picked off and stolen by Ryan Chen. Chopra gets some directions from the head coach, Brian Lane. Up by 6, 17-11. There's Epstein. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 2 for 2 for Epstein. 4 points.
You know, give his brother a little credit there. Nice screen.
They're going to get a blocking foul on Ashish Chopra. It's only his first, but 14 fouls already for the Mustangs with 1:07 remaining in the first. Medella Kennedy. Medella now finds Thorell, and it's going to be stolen by Chen. Here comes Chen. And he's fouled before he can even get a shot off. Chen looks great defensively, very active.
Foul to number 5.
Definitely known for his energy and hustle. Second team foul on the Eagles. Non-shooting infraction. Meadows school will get the ball side out. Referee checking Epstein's jersey for blood or something. Epstein says he's fine, tucks his shirt in. And here's Connor Bucknam. Finds Jake Epstein. Gets it back to Ryan Chen. 49 seconds left in the first. Comfortable lead, up by 8. Chopra guarded by Brendan Foster. Chopra uses the screen. Looking for Epstein. Finds the other Epstein. Back to Chopra, 31 seconds left. No shot clock. Chopra running a play. There's Epstein inside the paint, takes a shot. That's way short. Air ball, but brother Joe Epstein's there. Chopra, straightaway 3. And once again, Chopra hits another triple. And the Mustangs are on fire from 3. Intercepted by Jake Epstein. Here come the Mustangs in transition. Jake's going to take it all the way himself, loses the bounce. Brother Joe's there, and guess who lays it in off the glass? Joe Epstein. And that's the end of the first quarter, and the Mustangs and the Epsteins and the Chopras look fantastic. 24-11.
Wow, what a great start for our team. And I was talking before about Linda Richardson and then Jeff Hutzler. And Jeff's son, Coleman, is a great Meadows story also. I remember Coleman as young as 4th grade. Coleman was a great athlete, really smart young man. Wound up going to Middlebury College. Wound up being captain of the football team, middle linebacker, and decided to, after college, to come in and do a graduate assistant. He wanted to become a coach and went down to San Diego and met the head coach down at the university there. His name at the time was Harbaugh, and he took him with him to Stanford. Make a long story short, he's been at several universities, spent most of his time at Florida, and now
University of Florida?
University of Florida, and now he is at University of South Carolina.
Nice.
I think he's probably here. In fact, I see him on the other side of the gym right now, and he's just doing great. I saw him the other day when I spoke to him, and just what a great career, being a young man yet and being a assistant coach at that level that he's at.
Good mentor, Jim Harbaugh. Not a bad coach to learn from.
Yeah, I think he learned a lot from his dad too. He coached for a lot of years.
Some pressure by the Mustangs. Get inside, loses the ball. Joe Epstein picks it up in transition to brother Jake. Throws it off the glass and in. And once again, the Mustangs add to their lead. They're up by 15, 26-11. Medella facing a lot of pressure, bringing the ball up for Lake Mead. Here goes Medella with some penetration. Misses that one. Offensive rebound. Corralled by Josh Thorell. Now kicks it back out 3. Hits the side of the backboard. Another offensive rebound that's put up by Sean Fuller. Good job by hitting the glass from the Eagles. That's the only thing that the Meadows School Mustangs haven't done right so far tonight. Chopra stops his dribble. They're going to get him for too many steps. Chopra's a little confused.
Yeah, he didn't think so, but he did. He took that. He dragged that left foot across. Good call by the ref. Very good call.
The Mustangs doubling up the Eagles, 26-13. Medella loses dribble, out of control. No foul is called. The ball's gone. Checking in for the Mustangs, number 30, Noah Klein. Comes in for Ashish Chopra, who is a real threat from three-point range. Already has a couple triples. Look at that, more pressure. The double team is on Medella. He gets rid of it. Good ball movement. Medella back at the left wing. Guarded by Klein. Fuller, that's intercepted by Noah Klein. Just comes in. Good pass. Friedman with the layup, and another bucket for the Mustangs. Plus 15, 28-13. the pressure that this Mustangs defense puts on, it's pretty tough. There's a three-point shot, a beautiful shot by Ryan Kennedy. That's his second triple.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep an eye on him. You know, it's really nice also. We got 3 sophomores, a junior, and 1 senior on the court right now. Boy, is our future looking good.
Corner 3 for Klein. Off to the left, battling for the rebounds, corralled by Kai Medella. And it's stolen by Epstein. Here he goes. Is he going to slam it? No, he's going to lay it in. Good enough. A basket to basket. 2 points for Epstein. 5:38 left in the first half and a 14-point Mustangs lead. 30-16. Another double team in the left corner. Oh, good pass, good feed underneath, and the layup by Noah Tassi. He averages just under 5 points a game for the Eagles. Epstein, of course, one of the seniors being celebrated for senior night. And takes the elbow jumper, too strong. Rebound corralled by Noah Tassi. Medella loses the ball, loses his footing, and then he hits the ground. They're going to call a foul on number 24, Freeman. That's his first. 5 team fouls already for the Mustangs. Adam Cohen checks in, the junior. Once again, the ball moving by Lake Mead in the right corner, and a double team. Let's see if they're going to call a foul or they're going to call a turnover. Don't see any signal yet, and they're going to call another blocking foul. That one's on Peyton Sachs, who also just checked in. No major foul trouble for the Mustangs. Everyone has like 1. At least it's spread out. And a turnover by Lake Mead as Tassi can't handle the pass, a little too high. Mustangs will take over.
Yeah, our headmaster, Mr. Gregerson, just doing a little crowd control. It's great. We have all these younger kids here for Spirit Night.
That was inside to Joe Epstein. Couldn't handle the pass. Turnover by the Mustangs. Medella loses it. Now once again, we're exchanging turnovers. Lucky they didn't call a turnover there. Another turnover. Now it's a lay-in and foul. You can count the basket for Jared Reagan. Jared Reagan, great concentration to get that layup and draw the contact. That's the first personal on Noah Klein. So like I said, they're spreading the wealth, at least the personal fouls the Mustangs are.
24 at the line.
1 shot for Reagan. I was talking earlier about the Mustangs. They average right around 10.5 for the first quarter, then 11.4 for the second, 12.8, and then 13.6 in the fourth quarter to close it out. That's good. Every single quarter they get better and better. Interesting stat. Cohen bringing the ball up at the left wing, dishes it right now to Friedman. Back to Cohen. 4:12 left in the first half. Mustangs by 9, 30-21. Trying to make this a 4-possession game. Sachs at the right corner. Joe Epstein on the drive, and he swatted, but a good offensive rebound by Cohen, doesn't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, going to draw the contact, Peyton Sachs.
That's what good hard work gets you. Peyton was aggressive, and the guy had nothing else to do with him but hit him.
That's his second.
Non-shooting foul. Mustangs with plenty of time. Epstein back to Freeman. To Cohen. Cohen resetting the offense. Freeman takes it. Swings it back out to Sachs. Better defense right now by Lake Mead. Meadows very patient. Epstein across court to Klein. Sachs makes a move. They're going to get him for steps. You saw that coming. Peyton doesn't agree, but it is a good call. And another turnover, another travel. I haven't had the opportunity to broadcast many of the men's games. How's the bench been this season?
You know, the bench has actually gotten a lot of minutes. We're pretty deep. Once you get past a couple of players, we've got 8 or 9 guys who can contribute.
Still Eagles ball with 3:03 left in the first half. It was a good pass, but couldn't handle it. Just threw it out, and they're going to say it's out on the Mustangs. Lake Mead retains possession. Down by 9, 30-21. Chopra back in the game. There's a corner 3, and that bucket is good. Tassi, who averages just under 5 points, hits a triple. Chopra wants some help. That was almost stolen, but here comes Joe Epstein, who's back in the game. Corner 3 for the Mustangs. Freeman, it rolls in and rolls out. They've been so hot in the first quarter. Can't get that to go. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first. It's a 6-point game. You believe that? 2 possessions. The way these two teams are shooting triples, not a big deficit. Epstein with the steal, and he takes it right to the hole, and he's going to draw the foul on Kai Medella. He does that so well, Epstein, drawing contact and getting to the line. So good at creating his own shot.
Jake Epstein at the line, 2 shots.
Did Jake play all 3 years or 4 years of varsity?
Jake's one of the few people who played varsity for 4 years. But you know what? His 8th grade coach was really the one who got him started, and that was me. I coached Jake and Ashish and Connor when they were 8th graders in basketball. It's a lot of fun with those guys.
I bet. More pressure by the Mustangs. Good pass. Lays it up, can't get it off the glass. Chopra bring it up for the Mustangs. Almost traveled. Chopra back at the right wing. Gets it to Epstein. Ball's always in good hands. Epstein on the drive. Bingo. So good in that lane. Whenever it gets close to that painted area. Foul called with 1:46 left and a 9-point Mustangs lead.
Well, before we get to the real quick, the third honoree tonight is Carrie Gregory, and Carrie was a multi-sport athlete for the Meadows School, and family, one of 3 children. Her oldest brother, first of all, her mother was our second Booster Club president after Linda Richardson, so very active family, parents both on the Board of Trustees. Older brother Matthew played basketball. He's about 6'6", and middle brother Adam was a star football player for us, and Carrie went on to play for University of Hawaii 4 years and then played professional volleyball in Europe.
Epstein with the rebound off the missed free throw. 1:35 left in the first half. Mustangs trying to build on the 9-point lead. Good pass. Epstein's there. They're going to call a foul. Pushing foul before Joe Epstein can take a shot.
First personal, 9th team foul.
We might have been better off. He had a layup.
Had a layup. Offensive foul. There it goes. Wasn't sure which way that was going, but now we know.
Oh, okay. That's why he must have called a push off.
Yeah, they did. Tough call on the Mustangs, but a turnover. First quarter, all Mustangs. Second quarter, Lake Mead has come back into this game, only down by 9. Some more pressure in the backcourt by the Mustangs. There's the triple team. Loose ball. Chopra picks it up. Here come the Mustangs in transition. Chopra finds Ryan Chen from the wing for 3. Short. Rebound corralled by Medella. Ooh, no steps called. But nonetheless, a rebound by Jake Epstein. No harm, no foul. That was Jared Reagan. Looked like too many steps. The offensive board. Look at this. Another Epstein, another animal, and another basket. Joe Epstein averaging 7 points as a sophomore this season. Works hard on the glass on the defensive side. 3-point attempt, that's short, hits the front of the rim. Another offensive rebound almost pulled away. Now it's picked up by Epstein, who steals it from Medella. Look for Chen, a little too fancy of a pass, and another turnover. Both teams exchanging turnovers with 26.5 seconds left.
You know, Brett, I got to tell you, I'm so old here tonight. I started school in 1989, and I'm looking at so many alumni in the building, and they're walking around with little children who are elementary school students, and I had them when they were in middle school and elementary school. So I don't know if that's a good statement for me or not. I guess I'm still breathing. But it's exciting, actually, to see.
You started in 1989, you said?
School was 5 years old. I was the first athletic director hired out of New York.
You certainly know your trivia about yourself and everyone else. Another deflection going for the steal. This is going to be a jump balls. There it is. The timeout's called before the jump ball. Good job by the Meadows School Mustangs and Brian Lang, the head coach. I didn't know if they had possession, but I guess they did have possession. It's a 30-second timeout, and there's 11.6 seconds left on the clock.
So it's going to be a very special halftime today, honoring all those three people, Linda and Carrie and Jeff, and really just people I can call either my former students or good friends, and people who really, this gym wouldn't be here, this athletic program wouldn't be here without all three of those people, and we owe them a great debt of gratitude. And what perfect to start our first Hall of Fame with three quality people like that.
Whose idea was it to do the Hall of Fame this year?
It was actually supposed to be last year, and they just had a little difficulty getting it started. So I think it actually came out of our development office, Samantha Atkinson's office, which was such a great idea.
10 seconds left. In the corner, the drive. Epstein, up and good. Jake Epstein with the clutch bucket. 2 seconds left on the clock. Medella's going to have to throw it up. He heaves it, and no good. Air ball. And that's going to do it for the first half here at the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium. 37-24. Meadows School out in front.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Meadows 5th Annual All-School Spirit Night halftime show with a performance by the varsity cheer team and the 5th grade class, followed by a very special event, the induction of the first 3 members of the Meadows School Athletic Hall of Fame. Thanks to Melissa Wolfbrand, Tammy Holliday, and Casey Merrick for their choreography, and to the Booster Club and Hall of Fame Committee for organizing this event. Now put your hands together for the 5th grade class and varsity cheer. thank you, fifth graders, for that spectacular performance. We are very excited and proud to honor the next three individuals who have contributed so much to the Meadows School through their determination, commitment, and positive influence on the TMS athletic program. You have paved a path of excellence for all of those that follow. The first inductee to the Meadows School Athletic Hall of Fame is athlete Carrie Gregory. TMS class of 2003. Carrie was a four-year varsity volleyball and basketball player, the TMS captain, and the Nevada MVP for both teams. First team All-State in basketball and the Las Vegas Review-Journal Player of the Year. She won consecutive state championships in volleyball in 2001 and 2002. She was then recruited by the University of Hawaii volleyball team and continued to play professionally in Switzerland. Our next inductee has always been a wonderful friend to TMS and the athletic program. Mrs. Linda Richardson. As a member of the Meadows Board of Trustees for 32 years and the founder of the original Boosters Club, Linda devoted countless hours to developing sports teams and athletic events, encouraging TMS parents and community involvement, and of course, cheering on her children, Melissa and Billy. In addition to her volunteer efforts, the Richardson family athletic support has extended to their philanthropic efforts with the donations of the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium, the Richardson Levin Track, and the Linda R. Richardson Hall of Athletes. Thank you for all of your work creating and advancing our athletic program. And our final inductee is Mr. Jeff Hutzler. He not only coached basketball, football, track, volleyball, and cross country, but he truly succeeded in creating a legacy of excellence both on and off the court, while motivating his teams to win state championships year after year. Jeff taught the importance of good sportsmanship, personal responsibility, and work ethic, lessons his former athletes would like to thank him for today. Thank you for joining us as we honor these three exceptional and devoted individuals. Let's give them one more big Meadows round of applause.
Welcome back to the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium. What were your thoughts? Jack Kuncan is now joining the broadcast. Jack, what were your thoughts on halftime show?
Well, you start to see a little bit of the history. I mean, we've gone over Richardson Beckley, and we say it all the time. And Linda Richardson, I was not here when she was here, but some of the people that I work with just revere her. And I have only seen her in action a couple of times, like at a track meet last year, where they call her and she's there taking entries and doing it. Jeff Hutzler, I know him because I use his old health books in my health class that I taught because I have the teacher's edition and it says Coach Hutzler on it. And playing volleyball in Switzerland, coming out of the Meadows school, that's absolutely incredible.
Chopra just drove the lane and he got rejected, but it's still Meadow School ball. But the whole scoreboard is out for some reason. Hopefully we'll get that straightened out and rectified shortly as Meadow Schools almost turns the ball over. Then it's picked up by Bucknam. And looks like we're going to have to, yeah, exactly, stop the clock and start this over again.
They do have a resume game button on the scoreboard. I do know that because
good.
I'm personally close to the person who set the gym up today. That was me who set the whole gym up. And where their feet are at the scoreboard,
someone must
that's
have hit
where
it.
things, and somebody must have kicked it.
So it's almost like a panic button at like a 7-Eleven, right?
Or on your key fob for your car. Mine usually happens, my panic button usually happens when I'm taking a nap and my key is still in my pocket. So, yeah. But there we go. They're able to reset.
Good.
I'm hoping. And we have an active scorekeeper, and I'm sure we'll get this all figured out. I don't know what they're going to do about the time in getting that set.
Mustangs have a 37-24 lead, and we should be around like 7.5 minutes or something.
It's a very, very nice crowd for us.
Excellent.
Very nice crowd for us to have here. Very nice reception for our Hall of Fame inductees. The 5th grade, not only are they great dancers, but both of our middle school is attached in our league, so I'm attached to them in their basketball. They're both in first place. Our girls are in first place. Our boys are in first place. The boys go play for the championship this next Thursday.
Wow.
And they can dance and they can play a little basketball. So the future is bright.
Cross court to Ryan Kennedy, back to Kai Medella. There's the ball movement, pressure, ball loose, picked up, laid in, right off the glass. Jared Reagan, he's had a couple of those in the first half. I just love the defensive intensity by the Mustangs. Epstein at the right wing, makes a move to his left, dishes it off, turnaround jumper. Iannicelli gets rejected out of bounds. A good block by Josh Thorell, the junior. They do have a couple players on Lake Mead that average about 2 blocks a game in steals. The foul's going to be called on Sean Fuller, one of the seniors. Only his first and the first team foul as we are 5:58 left in the third. The Mustangs hold an 11-point advantage, 37-26. It's non-shooting, so the Mustangs will take it out. I was talking with Brian, obviously in the first half, and Jake Epstein didn't take a shot for like almost the whole first quarter, and then as soon as I said it, he hit like the next 3 baskets. That's all it takes. There's a 3-pointer from Epstein. That one's a little bit too strong. And Bucknam's running for the rebound, and it comes away to one of the Eagles, and he lays it up and in. That's Josh Thorell.
Well, there is no question that the Meadows Mustangs offense runs through number 23. If he is not scoring, then the Mustangs aren't scoring.
Chopra to his left. Loses the ball, Ryan Chen, turnover. The Eagles in transition. Mustangs back off defensively this time, not too much pressure.
Lake Mead is so well coached that they will hang around every single game.
Well, I'll tell you what, their offensive ball movement's spectacular, pretty much all game.
I was speaking with their coach, Jeff Newton, prior to this is his 23rd year coaching, and what a fine gentleman to be in our league and to have an association with.
Thorell swishes that shot from about 12 feet away, and it's a 7-point game with 4:50 left in the third. See now Epstein bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. There's the screen by Renzo Iannicelli. Going left now, Epstein dishes it off. Chopra, corner 3. Too strong, battling for the rebound, comes away to the Mustangs. Epstein tries to save it and he can't. Another turnover by the Meadows. They go right into the ball movement. 3, then they go cross court. Epstein almost with the steal. There's a three-pointer. That's way too strong. And they get another offensive rebound. That's one positive they did have in the first half. Another steal by Epstein. So much energy. He draws the contact like he does so well. Can't get the basket, but he'll go back to the line for the Meadows School.
Foul was on Jared Reagan. Jared Reagan is their tough guy. He's also a football player. And he's one of those guys that will tell you, I happen to know him personally, his family and my family know each other. And when he was a young kid, he said, I'm going to be in Lake Mead's Hall of Fame. I'm going to be on their wall of fame that they have in their gym.
Love those aspirations.
And he's a 3-sport guy, and he never cheats you for effort.
Epstein misses another shot. That's 2 in a row. And we have a whistle as one of Lake Mead's players is injured. That's Josh Thorell. One of their better all-around players. He's limping. Looks like his right knee, right leg.
We'll let her get our trainer, Kim Jacobs, up, and she's off on the move already to the Lake Mead bench. What another great asset for us to have here at the Meadows.
Is Jared Reagan related to Ronald?
I don't believe so.
Worked the shot. There comes the pressure by the Mustangs. See Ryan Chen starting the second half.
He is a tough guy.
Yes, he is. So is Ronnie Raygold.
Yeah.
At the right corner, double team. Just gets it away. Here comes from the corner, Tassie off to the right, battling for the rebound, comes away by Buckman, gets stolen right away by Jared Reagan. You said the tough guy also can lay it off the glass and in. Off the steal. Again, a lot of energy, a lot of hustle. Only a 5-point game right now. Mustangs up. Screened by the brother, Joe Epstein. Ryan Chen is short, and all of a sudden the Mustangs are really cold from the fields. Let's see if they call that offensive. No, they're going to call that blocking foul. Blocking foul number 1, Ryan Chen. As he sits down for a little while. And a timeout is called with 3:13 left. 37-32, the Mustangs only up by 5.
And here comes our pep band under the guidance of Jenny Tolan. Miss Jenny Tolan. She was our teacher feature this week on our Mustang News. She'll be shown on Monday at our assembly. And she always does a fabulous job.
Who's playing the Mustang, the mascot?
That is, well, the Mustang is called Silver. Just so you know, that is Silver. And who is on the inside is anybody's guess.
You don't know.
At this point. It changes hands.
I thought it was Frank DeSantis. Could be, right? He's doubling.
It could be. He does a lot around here.
He does a lot. Every time he leaves, all of a sudden I see the Mustang. Yeah. I only see the Mustang when he's gone. He's like the Clark Kent and Superman. 3:13 left in the third. The Eagles trail by 5, 37-32. Ryan Chen getting ready to check back in for the Mustangs. Mustangs going with Peyton Sachs, Joe Epstein, Jake Epstein, and Connor Bucknam, and of course number 11, Ashish Chopra, who was hot from Triple Land in the first half. Medella, solid player, brings the ball up as the point guard for the Eagles. Again, ball movement, very patient. Medella guarded by Epstein. In the left corner, now back. You see the double team, they just get rid of the ball right when it's there. Shot by Kennedy. Another offensive rebound. Chopra knocked it out, so it will belong to the Eagles.
Mustangs sitting in their 3-2 zone. Trying to spread the court a little bit in their wide arms and seeing if they can just give up shots from the outside and rebound a little bit better.
Medella finds Tassie again. The double team back to Medella. 2:40 on the clock. Cross court. Medella gets it again. Great ball movement inside to number 24, Reagan. Now he gets it back out. At the baseline, that's short. Epstein clears it for the Mustangs. Big rebound.
A couple of nice closeouts by Peyton Sachs in the corner to get them to pass just a little bit early.
Mustangs trying to make this a 3-possession game on this possession. Chopra inside to younger brother Epstein, the sophomore. Can't get it. That goes out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Meadows School.
I know this has been a topic in their practices this week, is the out-of-bounds play, is trying to get a little more offensive punch off of their out-of-bounds play. And right there, they got a little more punch, but it was not the kind that they wanted.
No, not an offensive foul on Chopra, and that's what they got.
Two-1-2 press.
Once again, another Epstein comes away with a turnover. Good job putting their hands up in the air, the Mustangs. Good pass by Chopra, the bounce pass. Epstein goes left, battling for the rebound. Joe Epstein gets it. He's going to be fouled before the shot. They work hard, the Epstein brothers. What are the chances that he exceeds older brother Jake in performance?
You know, they're really, they are brothers, but they're two different body types. You know, so Joe's got to be a guy that plays a little bit bigger inside, and get away from the outside. Jake, so much of his game is on the move, making layups, and so they're different styles. But I think they can both be the center of their own teams. Joe's going to get some leg strength developed over the next couple of years that'll make some of those shots that he's missing now will be easy for him. And like right there.
Wow, that looked pretty good there, his leaps.
Yep.
Some good hops as he rejects that pass. Still remains Eagles ball. He hits 1 of 2 from free throw land. 1:48 left on the clock. Mustangs up by 6. Chopra going for the steal. There's the double team with Epstein and Chopra. Some trouble. Still Eagles ball. Last game I broadcasted, same thing. They put a lot of pressure defensively, and they force a lot of turnovers, the Mustangs. See Joe playing the ball. There's an errant pass. And it goes back over to the Mustangs, another forced turnover.
You don't see that a lot from Lake Mead, where they'll just throw a ball out of bounds. They're usually pretty consistent, and it's their lack of athleticism that will give them away sometimes, not them giving the ball away out of being silly.
Joe hits Jake, 1:38 left on the clock. Defended by Medella. You see Joe keeps it himself, gets the contact. They can say offensive foul. A turnover.
I think they got him for steps. I think he took one too many. And
yep, there's the signal. Okay.
There we go. Yep.
Medella double teamed again by Chen and Sachs. Medella goes left. Oh, inside, wide open, underneath. Another blown layup by Lake Mead. Rebound comes away by Peyton Sachs to Chopra. Up to Jake Epstein. The three-point shot is good from the wing. Epstein missed his last 3, now hits a big triple.
He gets those feet set, shoulder square to that basket, and he is deadly.
Another turnover forced by the Meadows School. A 3-possession game, 9 points, 41-32. Jake inbounds the ball to Chopra. 59 left on the clock. No screen to Joe, back to the basket. Like you said, a little bit different. Lob pass into little brother. This time they're going to get the foul. There's no one better on the floor drawing contact than number 23, Jake Epstein.
Second half of the season, that's the scouting report on the Meadows. Everybody knows it, so they are rotating people on him, trying to deny him the ball. We'll see boxing ones. You'll see triangle and 2 guys on him because they know he's the guy that can put the ball in the basket for the Mustangs. And when we've seen teams just say we're not going to let him beat us.
Averages 21 points per game. Second free throw rolls in, hits 1 of 2, and the Mustangs are up by 10 with 44.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Another errant pass, but it goes away to Tassi. Tassi almost dunks it. He gets fouled. Looks like it's going to be on number 23, Epstein. Doesn't get the roll, doesn't get the basket, but he'll go to the foul line.
A little trouble going for the loose ball. It's the old, I got it, you take it.
Lake Mead has had their opportunities. They've missed a lot of layups. They've missed free throws. They've really been dominant on the offensive glass. 2 missed free throws. This time the rebound's corralled by Joe Epstein. Gets it to Chopra. 33 seconds left on the clock for the third quarter. Plus 10 into Epstein. You see the physical contact, and they're going to call that one before the shot. Yeah, everyone tries to deny him the ball, that is for sure. That's a second on Sean Fuller.
And Coach Newton will just rotate guys.
Yeah,
put another guy on him.
Brendan Foster comes in, the senior. You don't want to get anyone in foul trouble. Jake inbounds the ball to Chopra. 25, plenty of time. There's a three-pointer by Epstein. That one's a little bit too strong and rolls out of bounds. Possession goes over to the Eagles. $18 seconds. No press. Back to Medella. 10 seconds left on the clock. Tassi goes to the right, in the lane, throws up a one-hander. Doesn't get it, almost gets his own rebound, loses that out of bounds, and with 4 seconds left, Lake Mead will get the ball an opportunity to get a shot off. Dollinar inbounds the ball. Has a wide open Tassi from the top of the arc to 3. That's too strong. Epstein does not get the shot off, will not count. Does hit the backboard. And that's going to do it for 3 quarters here at the Meadows School. The score is 42-32. The Mustangs plus 10. Ready for the start of the fourth quarter here at the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium. Mustangs up by 10, 42-32. 8 minutes left, that's it. The third seed already in hand for the Meadows School. 13-10 overall, 10-4 in 2A Southern play. The Eagles start with the possession. Modelo has played a fine game.
Trying to get you some guests, partner, but you're stuck with me.
Oh, that's okay. You're a pretty good guy. You're the godfather of broadcasting.
Only because I'm old.
No, you told me that story about the boxing fight. I'll never forget it. It was great. The Eagles with another turnover for their first possession of the fourth quarter. Goes back to the Mustangs.
I never did black and white, just so you know.
Gotcha. I didn't think you did. Epstein tries to use the glass. Doesn't get it to roll. Tassi pulls away the rebound and stolen away by Epstein, the younger brother Epstein. Joe can't get it to go and pulled away the rebound. It's Pervical, just checked in. Back to the point guard, Medella. Great ball movement underneath the Foster. Another blown layup. And battling for the rebound, 2 Mustangs, and it goes back to Foster. As the Eagles reset for another possession, down by 10. Tassi guarded by Sachs. Medella underneath. Great pass, count the basket. Noah Tassi. He's played a solid game.
Fouls on number 42, Peyton Sachs.
Peyton Sachs gets the foul, and he's going to come out. And Connor Bucknam will check back in for the Mustangs. 1:01 elapsed in the third quarter. One shot for Tassi.
And there's Lake Mead and down by 8, hanging around.
That's right. This will cut it to 7. 3 possessions. Fighting for the rebound. Great rebound by Bucknam, who just checked in. Chopra was hot in the first half from three-point land. Again, back to basket. Epstein goes right in the lane. Before the basket, they're going to get the foul. They just play him physical, huh? It's the only way to stop him.
They got a deep bench, and they'll just keep bringing in guys to do that. That's going to be their job. They'll just keep making changes and harass him all night long.
Dulliner comes in. Foster checks out. That's what they're doing. Back into Epstein. 6:43 left. Hands it off to Chopra. Chopra makes a nice pass to Bucknam. Lays it up and in.
And he got undercut.
Plus the foul.
Fouls on number 24.
Great dish by Chopra.
That's his 4th. Buckman's basket was good.
More substitutions. Number 22, Ryan Kennedy, comes back in. And number 42, Nick Herrero. It's the first time he's been in the game. Lake Mead makes a lot of substitutions, not so much with the Meadows School. That's been pretty consistent the whole year, right?
Most of the time, about 7, 8 deep. And that is how Brian Lang wants to run his club. He's got a couple of different types and tempos that he can go to. So it depends on the opponent, depends on how he wants to either giddy up or slow it down.
How many coaches did you interview for that job when you hired Brian Lang?
When they hired Brian Lang, it was at least a minimum of 3. Brian Lang came to us with a background and a familiarity with several of the players. His work in AAU ball and his work as a private instructor gives him an introduction to some of our players. He has been around our program for a couple of years, and his assistant is Rod Vollen, who has been around for quite a while, and he played for Rod Vollen when he was at Cimarron Memorial. So he's got one of his mentors on his bench, so he brings a little bit of the past with him, and of course he's got his own style.
Dulliner traveled, another turnover for the Eagles. Chopra on the drive. Made a good move, but he hit the side of the backboard. Whistle blown.
Fouls on number 4, Joe Epstein.
They're going to get that foul on Joe Epstein. It's only his first.
4th team foul.
6:07 remaining, a 10-point advantage for the Mustangs. Dulliner at the perimeter. Back to Kennedy, to Dulliner. Finds at the corner. There's the double team, the pressure by Freeman and company. Back to Kennedy, no shot clock. Inside, some good ball movement, but that pass was a little risky there. Trying to move it around, get the best shot possible. Fuller to Thorell, goes baseline, almost pushed out. Loses the ball, goes out of bounds, remains Lake Mead's possession. 5:33 left.
Seems like the Mustangs have kind of committed themselves to playing away from the three-point line. If they're going to beat it, they're going to beat the Meadows. They're going to beat them from the top of the key. And there's one.
And there it is. Medella, who again has played a real solid game, and that's a clutch 3 in the 4th quarter. Back to a 7-point advantage for the Meadows School. Epstein makes a move in the paint. He gets hit from behind, holding his head. There's a smile. Epstein knows everyone's going to play physical on him. You got to take some shots. He's just too good, too active. Dolinar's first personal. He goes to the bench. Epstein makes his first free throw. One day, Jack, you're going to be retired into the Hall of Fame one day.
No, that's not going to. My days are just spent doing little things. I'm not going to be in the class of those folks.
I would be there with you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I would come for support. The whole family I'd bring. More pressure by the Mustangs. Medella in the paint, dishes it off. A little bit too weak on the pass. Battling it for his Epstein, and there's the tie-up and the jump ball. Tied up by Sean Fuller and Kai Medella.
Meadows ball.
But every time there's a loose ball, there's a good chance there's an Epstein there, right?
You betcha.
Alan Friedman checks out. Ryan Chen checks back in.
Starting to see the pressure from Lake Mead. Going to try to open the game up a little bit. Try to get back in close.
Buckland to Joe. Joe makes a move in the lane. Short, hits the front of the rim. Battling for the rebound. Joe gets his own rebound. Loses the ball, puts it back up. Can't get the roll. And Buckland gets an opportunity. And Buckland comes away with a big basket with 4:50 left. And the Mustangs up by 11 now. In transition, Lake Mead comes right back. This Tassie's missed a couple, but he's very active. Epstein's knocked down, no call. No worries because Chopra's there. Across court to Chen. Inside the paint, Chen back out to Epstein. Takes the three from the wing, short, front of the rim. Joe gets the rebound. Back to Chen with 4:27 left. Chen goes right, nice move, uses the glass, doesn't get the sweet roll. Epstein gets some contact, gets the basket, no call. They could have called that one, but Joe Epstein, another offensive board, like you said, doing all the dirty things. And a timeout's called by Lake Mead with 4:12 remaining. And the Mustangs out in front, 50-37.
That did not make Jeff Newton happy the way that series went. Instead of getting some type of offensive production, they ended up giving up the ball, running down the court, and giving up 2 and 3 shots on the board. That is not their style. They're a gritty team that has to block out, that has to give other teams one shot, and give the Meadows credit for staying on the glass. Connor Bucknam, that's the kind of year he put together as a junior last year. In the state game, he was the guy that was doing the dirty work like that, and he was the difference maker. Is he a superstar basketball athlete? No, but he is a basketball player in that he does the things that need to get done. Takes the charges, gets those offensive boards, puts things back up, sets a screen. He's the kind of guy that you got to have on teams that are going to be successful.
Exactly. The Dennis Rodmans, the Tristan Thompsons from Cleveland. The guys that don't get much credit. But he's going to receive credit right now. 4:12 left in this game. Let's see if the Eagles can come back. They've done it several times tonight. Nice bounce pass to Medella at the right corner, goes baseline. They're going to get a foul before the pass. Yeah, it's on Jake Epstein. That's only his third. Non-shooting. Medella passes it back to the top of the arc. Medella at the wing for 3. Epstein with another board. Clears it for the Mustangs. In transition, Jake Epstein goes over the backboard, his three-point attempt. Lake Mead would take over on offense. If you were coaching this game, would you do more plays, run more plays, go inside if you're the Mustangs?
Well, it's not like they're getting bad shots. Those are good shots. They're not falling. And the idea is to speed the game up a little bit. They know they're more athletic than Lake Mead, so they're trying to speed some things up. And we've seen the Mustangs time and time again not be a power team inside.
Chopra with another great drive. As he goes left, he gets fouled, doesn't get the basket, but he'll go back to the line. And you talked about that offensive rebound, the little things. Connor Buckton with a big defensive board to prevent the Eagles from getting some offensive glass and getting another opportunity.
That is his 5th foul.
Your basketball purists appreciate the style of play that Connor Buckton brings to the table.
That is the 5th foul in Kai Medella, who is fouled out this evening.
And that's
Big loss.
And that's their outside. That's their outside three-point threat.
Yep.
Brendan Foster
Played a good,
back
solid
in the
game.
Now for the Eagles. Chopra at the line.
Did Chopra start as a sophomore on the varsity?
Yes. He's played 3 solid years. Was a starter on the state championship team a year ago. Relentless worker all summer long. One of those guys that'll call up a coach and say, "Coach, can I get the gym open?"
Good free throw shooter.
Yep.
Mustangs up by 15, 52-37. 3:22 remaining. Some more pressure in the backcourt, trying to force another turnover. And Lake Mead, they're going to say it's Lake Mead ball. Yeah, Connor Bucknam is signaling, no, I think that's off one of the Eagles. But they're going to say that it was deflected by the Meadows school.
Connor's a high character guy.
Yeah, he's
So
honest.
he wouldn't have lied.
He
about
would
it.
have lied, absolutely not. Fuller, defended by Chopra. Good defense. Did Epstein touch it? They're going to say it was tipped, and it still remains Eagles ball. Inbounding the ball, Dolliner. Kennedy at the right wing, defended by Ryan Chen. Foster. There's the double with the zone. Inside, knocked away by Bucknam. On the deflection, Brendan Foster comes away with it, banks it off the board, gets a big basket. The deficit is 13 for the Eagles, 52-39, 2:37 left in this game. Chopra uses the screen from Joe Epstein, almost loses his dribble, gets it to Jake. 2.5 minutes. Jake goes right, there's the double team, kicks it out to Ryan Chen. Traveled, Ryan Chen. Chen was thinking about where he's going with the basketball.
I think Coach Lang wanted to burn a little time off the clock and do a little motion before they got to a shot. And just,
Ooh, that was a close one. Dolliner almost paid back the favor, but there's another turnover and a foul on Bucknam, who had the steal. Fuller.
Foul number 12, Sean Fuller, that is his third.
Third personal on Sean Fuller.
10th team foul gives him the double bonus.
Two shots for Bucknam.
At the line, number 32, Connor Buckman.
Regional playoffs next week. Mustangs will be seeded number 3. They'll play the 2-3 game with Adelson. The game will be at Durango High School next Friday. We do not have the exact time at this point. Scheduled for 4:40, however, because of religious concerns, they've got to change the time so that Adelson can play, and of course we'll accommodate that.
Absolutely. Are we streaming that game, Mr. Jack?
At this time, we are planning on streaming it. The folks at Durango High School will provide us with their bandwidth and Wi-Fi, and it should be another fun evening.
Big three by Ryan Kennedy. The trifecta. He's had a couple of those. Still some hope. Only a 10-point game with 1:47 left. Chopra and the Mustangs trying to kill some clock. Chopra goes again left. Gets it to Epstein. Good hands.
This is their delay game. Double stack, 3 on one side, 2 on the other, and they'll take a layup, and that's it.
Dolliner has the privilege to defend Epstein. Killing the clock. Epstein goes left. Now back to his right. Ryan Chen defended by Kennedy. There it is, like you said. Chopra. Finds Joe, back to Jake. Now we're hitting 1 minute. Playing keep away, that's all it is. Timeout called by the Meadows School Mustangs. 59.6 seconds. Trying to be very meticulous with this possession. Up by 10, 52-42.
1 minute to play in the game.
Just under a minute to play. most of the people have stayed and hung out on this festive spirit day. We've seen dancing. We've seen some very, very great folks be honored. And we've seen a Meadows basketball team that is still working on getting better.
Last week, of course, they lost against Agassiz Prep after a 2-game winning streak, looking to get back on the winning ways.
Well, Agassiz is going to be the #1 seed in the South. They've got a young man that can shoot the lights out of the ball, and he came in here. And the first time that the Meadows played against them, he made 1 of 13 from three-point. He was 6 of 7 in the first half.
Wow.
So,
over and back, like I call a turnover on the Mustangs as the Mustangs go to their bench. Empty the whole bench, up by 10, 47.3 seconds left. Lake Mead still some hope. They're going to start firing up some threes. Batassi drives, dishes that to Foster. 38 seconds left now. Fuller. Foster from the wing, 3. Off to the left. Tassi, another rebound, and he gets deflected by the rim. And Iannicelli gets the rebound, and that's going to do it for Lake Mead. The foul's committed by number 12, Sean Fuller.
Renzo celebrating his senior night with a very solid rebound. He's a guy that's been earning minutes as the season has been wearing on with his tough play. And certainly something to be proud of, what he's been able to accomplish in helping his team.
The junior Adam Cohen at the line for the Mustangs. 20 seconds left. Gets the sweet roll. What a marvelous crowd. And you knew it was going to be good. Hall of Fame, senior night. But they really came out. They're loud, they're passionate. Cheerleaders, dance team, we've had a little of everything. The Mustang, silver. Got the name right. I think it's Frank DeSantis. That's just one man's opinion. Ball's out of bounds on the Mustangs. Goes back over to the Eagles with 18.4 seconds left. Meadows has a 11-point advantage, 53-42. The double team trying to get a shot off. Loose ball goes out of bounds, and the ball goes back over to the Meadows School. 8.6 seconds. This is going to do it. I don't think the Eagles will foul. Gets it to Cohen. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Iannicelli not going to shoot the ball. That's going to do it here at the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium on senior night. On the first ever Hall of Fame, the Meadows School Mustangs go to the playoffs with a win, 53-42 over the Lake Mead Eagles.
I see silver and I see Frank DeSantis.
Oh,
so
I'm wrong. You got me. That's right. Well, it's not Mr. Siegel, that's for sure. I saw him earlier. Jack, any closing thoughts?
Looking forward to playoff time. The Mustangs head to Mountain View Christian tomorrow for an afternoon matinee, and then they've got a week of solid practice. They have to come through. They have to win one game. The one game is, of course, against Adelson, the 2-3 game. If they win that, they are then in the Final Four for the state championship. That gets you to the state championship game, and then it's 2 days of who's hot and who's not. And so the next game is 5 to 6 days of preparation that they have. That is for all the marbles as far as the Mustangs are concerned.
For Brad Stein and Jack Kincannon, have a wonderful night here at the Richardson Beckley Gymnasium. Once again, the final score, the Mustangs 53 and the Eagles 42.